What is up, guys? So today I'm going to teach you what I think is one of the most important JavaScript functions for you to know. I use this all the time and in almost every single project of mine. And if you're a web developer and you develop responsive websites or anything like that, and you have a hamburger navigation or you just have some kind of pop-out navigation, and you don't need to import any libraries or anything like that, it's just using JavaScript. That's it. Well, JavaScript combined with a little bit of CSS specificity. And if you don't know what that is, I'll tell you a little bit about that later. I might hint on it in the end of this video, but I'll go more in depth with this with another video. I actually might talk to you exactly about what CSS specificity is and why it works so well with this function in combination with getting navigation to pop out and not pop out. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I use this function all the time, so let's just go ahead and jump into this little demo project I have set up so I can show you what it does and how to write it. And it's only 4 lines, well 3 if you want to count the curly brace in there, but that's about it. So anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, so I just have a little demo page up here and I only have a few things on it. I just have like this header space to give us some height on the page, and I've got the navigation here. And so if you shrink this up right now, it's going to break and go mobile. So I'll show you what I've got this doing right now. So I've got a certain set of pages set for this, like desktop kind of navigation. And then when you go to mobile and it gives you this hamburger, when you click this is what's happening right now. So we've got a different set of navigation items. And I mean, that's just, I made them different because why not? Anyways, that's besides the point. We have this hamburger menu, which opens and closes like this, and then we have this sliding out from the side. So a little drawer right there. Nice little animation. And that's really it. So I'm going to show you how to build this toggle function so that every time we click this button, this drawer pops out. And you can apply this toggle like you can choose which classes you want to look out for if it's clicked, so that you can toggle the element, which would be the navigation. So anyways, I'm just going to show you really quickly what I've got going in the HTML and the CSS just really quick, and then we will jump right into the JavaScript, I promise. So in the HTML, I have this navigation right here, and it spans all the way down here. So I have 2 navs actually. I have this nav, which is set for the it's for the desktop really, and that's where you see we have page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we look back here, we'll see it goes from 1 to 7. And then if we come back over here, I have this navigation for the mobile nav that I have set. We go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. And I'll show you again just so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So that is exactly what we're doing right there. And inside of my quote unquote desktop navigation is where I put my hamburger menu. And I did that for a couple reasons. One, it was very easy to do with the way I'm styling the navigation with the CSS using flex. And I'm essentially saying the space between. So right now there is an anchor tag all the way over here, but you can't see it because I don't have anything in it. So we have this anchor tag, which would be the logo, and then we have this group of navigation. So that flex space between is pushing it each of these as far away as they can be from each other. So when this shrinks to a mobile let's go a little like mobile view. When we get to this, what's happening is I hid these right here all with a display of none, and then I displayed this, I believe I displayed a block, but this logo tag over here that you can't see because there is no logo in it is still being over here and still pushing everything as far away as they can from each other because of display flex, and then giving it the space between. So let's go over to the CSS real quick. Well, it's written in Sass, but same thing. All right, so I've just got some overall navigation styles, and this is everything that I have styling the like desktop view. And you can see right here, this is what I was talking about with display flex and justify content space between. And this is also what I was saying here. This is that anchor tag with that logo that you can't see because it's not there, but I'll show it to you in the code just so you know what I am talking about. All right, so we have this navigation spreading all the way across, and right inside of the navigation, right there, you see that? That, my friends, right there, see it's all the way over here. That is the anchor tag I was talking about. So anyways, I've just got them pushed to the sides. If we scroll down, this is just in case those have drop downs, which they don't for this video. And then let's come down here. All right, so here's the styling for the hamburger icon. It's pretty simple, nothing complex. If we come down a little more, now I have the styles for the mobile navigation. And so that essentially is the styles for this current state right here. We see this drawer is out. It's got the shadow. It's got each of these list items set up exactly how I want it to look. So that is, let's see, that is what I've got going on in this little section here. If you really want to see what code I have here, you can just go ahead and pause it. I'm not going to go in depth with this yet because I will be going in depth with building out like an entire navigation with this in one of the upcoming video tutorial series that should be starting, I think, in a couple weeks. But anyways, we'll come down here, and then now I've got the breakpoint. So this is the breakpoint, which I had said I am hiding my like desktop navigation and then displaying my hamburger navigation. And then if we come down here a little more, you'll see I have some toggle styles. So the toggle styles are really just like unhiding everything here. So in this mobile section, sorry if this is getting a little confusing. Again, this isn't the purpose of this video. I just wanted to show you this so you can have a little idea of what is going on. So this is everything styled in that state that I had showed you with everything out, and then I essentially just took it all and I hit it. So I translated it 100, well, negative 100%, so it's all the way off to the left side and you can't see it. And so what I'm doing down here in the toggled styles is I am using, this is the CSS specificity, and I am I'm untranslating it off of the screen, if that makes sense. So I'm bringing it back on the screen. And by what we're going to do when we get into this JavaScript in like 2 seconds, we are going to be toggling this class on our body and using specificity to narrow down. So we're saying any nav with the class of mobile nav within a body with the class of nav open will have this style. So that's just a really brief idea of how this CSS specificity will help us in the long run. So let's go ahead and close out the Sass and the HTML files right here, and let's get started in our JavaScript. Before we do that though, let me refresh this page and show you that nothing is happening right now. See, I'm clicking this here, listen, and nothing is happening. All right. So let's get this started. This is a very simple function. So let's just call this function. And let's give it a name of class toggle, just like that. And let's start writing a quick little function. So we're going to say document dot body dot class list dot toggle. And then we're going to go parentheses, and then in here we're going to give it that class that we saw in our Sass, which was nav open. And then let's add a semicolon at the end of this so we can get this going. And that is pretty much the function. If we go back over here, you will see that nothing is actually going to happen. Well, nothing's going to work yet. But the function is almost ready. So we need to go ahead and add one more line of code. So this is the function that will be run, but we have to determine when it's going to be run. So we're going to say document dot query selector parentheses, and then in quotations we'll say dot hamburger button. And that's because this hamburger right here, it's a div. If I can open this up real quick, let's see if I can show you. And I gave it a class of, well, it's really narrow. I gave this a class of what, hamburger button. So you see it's a div with the class of hamburger button. So let's just come back over here and see hamburger button. So that's spelled correctly. All right, now we're going to say dot add event listener. That's not spelled right. Listener. Okay, I think that's spelled right. Parentheses and then quotations. We're going to say click, comma, and then we're just going to say class toggle, and then we're going to end this off with a semicolon. So I'm saying whenever an element with this class is clicked, we're going to run this function. And this function is grabbing our document.body.class list and toggling the class nav open. So if it's not there and this is clicked, it's going to add it. And if it is there and this is clicked, it's going to remove it. And that's what toggling does. All right, so let's come refresh this page one more time and close it up. So it's mobile, and let's click it and see what happens. And it is working. That is the toggle function right there. And I will go ahead and I will put this in, what's it called? A gist on GitHub. So you can take a look at this little function and you can copy it if you need to. And if you're having any issues getting this to work, let me know. I think you can leave comments on gists on GitHub. I believe that's what they're called. So if you have questions, leave them there, and you can also leave them in the video below. But I'm probably going to mention leaving comments multiple times during the outro of this video. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. It's a very simple function that you can use in so many projects. I mean, and it's not complicated at all. It's only 4 lines of code, unless you don't want to count the curly brace, and then it is 3 lines of code. So, I mean, you can cut that however you want, honestly. But anyways, it's super simple. You can use it in almost any project. And when you couple this with that CSS specificity, it works really great for determining what the styles are going to be for when, you know, the navigation is supposed to be open or the navigation is supposed to be closed. And then you're only having to toggle the class on a single element. So we're just saying, hey, when this is clicked, toggle a class on the body, and then we're using specificity there to determine what all those styles are going to be. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about CSS specificity, make sure you leave them down below so that I can answer them when I actually create that CSS specificity video. I know I've probably said it about 1,000 times already, but please leave your comments down below if you have any questions, and I would love to try and get those answered in that video. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.